Hare Krishna, my dear Prabhus, dear Matajis, good morning. Thank you for joining our morning japa session. Please continue to finish your rounds today. Read Srila Prabhupada books and be Krishna conscious. Thank you very much for joining us. Hello muna kay Charles Prabhu, Hare Krishna. John and Mataji, Hare Krishna. Christian Mataji, Hare Krishna. Riza Mataji, Hare Krishna. Srina Mataji, Hare Krishna. Nikita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Rolly Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Rodel Prabhu, Hare Krishna. And Jinky Mataji, Hare Krishna. And my dear God brothers, Radhanath Prabhu, Hare Krishna. And Navadip Chandra Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Good morning. And of course, si Madhu Goranga, andyan lang kasama siya ni Navadip. Madhu Goranga Prabhu, our dear servant ni Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Good morning. So you know the drill. We should always start our Srimad Bhagavatam study, our sadhana with the right mood. In the right mood, in the mood of request, in the mood of humility. So join me as we recite the invocation mantras. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashta Priyashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Good morning. Hare Krishna. It was a wonderful discussion yesterday, if you all agree, kasi kakaiba yung mga nangyayari na. And si Krishna is giving an instruction kay Arjuna. This time, Ashvatam was captured, the killer of the innocent children, innocent sons of the Pandavas. And as promised, nag-promise si Arjuna kay Draupadi, yung mother ng mga pinatay ni Ashvatam, to capture this murderer. And together with Arjuna was Krishna, who captured them. And they subdued yung nirelease na Brahmastra ni Ashvatam by the use of the power of also a Brahmastra by Arjuna. But Arjuna was very expert on this one. He could retract yung Brahmastra na yun. So continued reading sa ating Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, Creation, 7th Chapter, The Son of Drona Punished. Text number 35. Tama ba? 35. Lord Sri Krishna said, O Arjuna, you should not show mercy by releasing this relative of a Brahmana, Brahma Bandhu, for he has killed innocent boys in their sleep. So, pinag-usapan natin yesterday, na this Brahmana Bandhu or Brahma Bandhu is a title was given to a son of a Brahmana or son of relative of a Brahmana. Even though he was a son of a Brahmana or a high class in the social orders, he was not automatically a Brahmana. Just like a high court judge, honorable judge, pag may anak sila, hindi ibig sabihin yung anak nila, judge na kagad. O kaya yung anak ni Jonah, yung dad niya is on the medical field, hindi automatic yung anak niya, sila Rafa, doktor kagad. Kailangan mag-aral sila. Kailangan ma-qualified sila. And this one, si Ashvatam, actually, malapit na naman siya dun eh. He's a soldier din, may onting practice din siya. pero hindi niya fully in-embody yung qualification, yung qualities ng isang Brahmana. Hence, ginawa niya, he did an heinous murder, an heinous act. Opposite na dapat ginagawa ng person who are cultivating these Brahminical qualities. And marami siyang foul na ginawa actually. It will be discussed in the purports and also the following verses by our dear Prabhus, Navadip Chandra Prabhu and Radhanath Prabhu. Good morning. Nagkakayaan pa sila.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Nice to be here again in this wonderful Sangha of devotees studying Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing a lot about Krishna and his devotees. Very, very wonderful. Yes, Srila Prabhupada in this text number 35, binibigyang focus niya ulit yung word na Brahma Bandhu. Kasi nga, as Radhacharan Prabhu explained, Ashvatthama, although a son of a Brahmana, is not actually a Brahmana. And it was very, sobrang nag-reflect sa mga activities niya, sobrang nakitaan siya ng hindi pagiging Brahmana dahil sabi nga rin sa previous purports, actually he degraded himself by association. Parang kagabi rin pinag-uusapan natin sa class ni Prabhu Sridham, yung by association. It's very dangerous talaga. Whoever you associate with, that you become, parang gano'n. Or at least you imbibe their qualities. So si Ashvattham, denigrade niya yung sarili niya by associating with lower class of people, parang gano'n. Kaya yung activities niya, yung characteristics niya is not really Brahminical. Walang Brahminical siya na pinakita. I was hearing from Srila Prabhupada this morning and binigyang focus niya rin yun sa lecture niya. It was actually a lecture sa Vrindavan sa India. Kung ano ba yung talagang ibig sabihin ng pagiging Brahmana. So basically, Prabhupada was explaining the qualities of the Brahmana. The Brahmana should be, fully absorbed in ritualistic activities, studying scriptures, teaching, like this. Tapos yung mga qualities like peaceful and have no enemies, like this. So none of this is actually Ashvattham. None of this Ashvattham. And yung actual position ng mga Brahmanas before is actually they're very powerful. That's why kapag may mga Raja Rishis or may mga saintly kings, actually they have ministers. They have highly qualified, very intelligent Brahmana ministers. So silang nag-a-advise sa king. Just like sa sitwasyon na nasan tayo ngayon, supposedly ang king is si Dhritarashtra. meron din siyang mga ministers niya. Pero and Vidura is one of the parang you can say advisors. But anyway, the kings keep Brahmanas as advisors because they know these Brahmanas are very intelligent, they are just in their decisions, they are equal and always in a mode of goodness. Kaya yun yung real position ng mga Brahmanas. May binigyan na example sa Srila Prabhupada na how Brahmanas are really very powerful. Actually, sinasabi ni Srila Prabhupada, si Vishvamitra, merong in the previous yuga, ito yung sa pastime ni Lord Ram, si Vishvamitra, when all of their sacrificial activities like yagya or yung fire sacrifice is being disturbed by this specific demon sa forest. Actually, sabi ni Srila Prabhupada, that Vishvamitra is very powerful just by prayers, just by uttering of mantra, he can destroy this demon. Yun yung position ng mga talagang pure Brahmana, powerful Brahmanas. Just by mantras. But it's not their business. Killing is not their business, sabi ni Srila Prabhupada. So then, ang ginawa niya, lumapit siya kay King Dasharat at that time. And yun yung father ni Lord Ramachandra. And long story short, of course, nanghingi siya ng protection. Kasi nga, Kshatriyas administrators and they are Brahmanas. They should be protected. The Brahmanas, the women, the elderly, the children, ganun. Ang duty ng mga citizens is to protect those people. So yun yung ginawa ni Vishwamitra. Nanghingi siya ng tulong sa king. Because it's not the business of the Brahmana to kill. And sabi nga, a Brahmana should be very tolerant. Na actually pag may disturbance na mga nangyayari sa kanya, hindi niya actually nilalabanan agad. As much as possible, he will tolerate because that's one of the most important quality ng isang Brahmana. Is very tolerant despite sa mga yung mga hardships, despite disturbances. He's very tolerant because of his mind control. He can control his senses as well. Pero if some things are really cannot be tolerated, then he approaches the king or the administrators or the Kshatriyas for protection. So ganun yung ginawa niyong Brahmana Vishwamitra na yun, si sage Vishwamitra. He requested for Lord Ramachandra for protection. And long story short, of course, Lord Ramachandra, by the blessing of his father, King Dasharath at that time, they were protected and the disturbance was parang ganun. Nawala na because of the administrative actions of King Dasharath sending his son to protect the Brahmanas. So yun ang actual na position ng mga Brahmanas, and kaya ini-encourage ni Krishna si Arjuna. This rascal, he's not a Brahmana. Don't spare him. So Krishna is actually acting kasi para pwede may mag-question, no? Why naman ganun si Krishna, masyado naman parang harsh. Anak naman siya ng Brahmana. But not. Actually, yung ginawa niya is very heinous, very degraded. Diniscuss nga din natin kahapon na even his master, supposedly Duryodhan, on the brink of death. Sabi niya, this is foul. Kasi Krishna ini-encourage, go capture him. Kill this son of a Brahmana. He's not a Brahmana at all. So parang ganun. So Krishna is just acting on the religious principles. So ayun yung pwedeng maging answer kung tanungin natin bakit naman si Krishna parang ganun. And then, yun nga, they're powerful. And the Brahma Bandhu ngayon nga, si Ashwatam as Brahma Bandhu is very degraded. Kaya si Krishna is instructing Arjuna to capture this guy. Don't spare him. Yun lang yung masashare ko muna sa text number 35. Navadip Chandra, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, good morning everyone. Yun, totoo yung sinabi ni Rajanath Prabhu na about sa Brahmana. And actually, dahil may mga laps ako na hindi ako nakakasali sa inyo, gusto kong balikan yung i-highlight yung appearance ni Krishna eh. Yung unang appearance niya muna. Kasi nga, kumbaga, siya yung Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pero, unang appearance siya sa Srimad Bhagavatam. Sabi nga, nung hahabulin na nila si Ashwatam, is, nag-ready na si Arjuna ng armor niya, ng helmet niya and all. Kumbaga parang ang dating, hindi naman niya kinausap si i-ready mo na yung chedeng. Hindi naman niya sinabing ganun. Alam na rin ni Krishna kung anong gagawin. Bubuksan na yung aircon, tapos i-start na yung sasakyan, tapos siya yung magdadrive eh. Pero yung unang appearance niya nga sa Srimad Bhagavatam is yun agad as a chariot driver ng devotee niya. So, ganun siya, biruin mo siya yung pinanggaling, yung mga force niya, nanggagaling lahat ng universe. Siya yung lahat nag-create ng universe, siya lahat ang nag-maintain and all. Siya yung Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pero unang appearance niya sa Srimad Bhagavatam as a chariot driver ng devotee niya. So, ang pinapakita niya agad doon is yung even the Supreme Personality of Godhead is willing to serve his devotee. So, yun nga, wala nang sabi-sabi. Niready niya na agad. Then, alam naman nila nagmamadali sila. So, yun, pumunta na sila. And then, yun nga, ang isa pang nakakaano doon is nung ni-release na yung Brahmastra weapon, sabi nga daw, is irretractable. Kumbaga kahit yung mismong nag-release nun, hindi niya kayang i-retract yung kung saan yung target nun. Kasi ang target niya si Arjuna. And then, wala hanggat hindi na pupuntahan yung target nun, hindi titigil yung Brahmastra na yun. So, that's why ganun na lang nangyari. And to make the long story short, yun nga, tinuruan. Ito pa rin. Sabi nga ni Krishna, malamang na-discuss yun, pero gusto ko lang i-ano na. Sabi nga ni Krishna is, pwede naman yung one click siya na magpigil ng Brahmastra na yun eh. Pero laging yung devotee niya is yung yung devotee niya yung gusto niyang i-highlight. So, ito yan Arjuna, kaya mong anuhin yan eh, kaya mong labanan yan. So, yung sinabi niya na another Brahmastra lang ang pwedeng maka-retract or para mapigilan yan. And then, ikaw dahil mas qualified ka dyan, hindi katulad nung Brahma Bando na yan na hindi naman niya alam kung paano gamitin. So, mas qualified ka. Kaya mong i-retract yan gamit yung Brahmastra weapon mo. So, ayun. And then, andito na nga tayo sa ini-encourage na a person who knows the principles of religion does not kill anyone. Ito na nga yung test. 35 pa lang tayo, no? 36.
You can read the 36, Prabhu.
A person who knows the principles of religion does not kill an enemy. Who is careless, intoxicated, insane, asleep, afraid, or devoid of his chariot, nor does he kill a boy, a woman, a foolish creature, a surrendered soul. And then, pwede na rin natin yung 37. A cruel and wretched person who maintains his existence at the cost of others' lives deserve to be killed for his own well-being. Otherwise, he will go on his action. So, just sa 36, baga qualified na siyang patayin eh. Kasi nga, yun yung codes of war or yung codes ng na para hindi pahintulutang mabuhay ang isang tao na biruin mo ito nakalagay dito yung asleep, yung walang kalaban-laban natutulog, tapos hindi lang isang tao yung pinatay niya is mga sleeping son pa. So sobrang heinous crime na parang ang dating is hindi na question para i-spare pa ba si Aswatthama, hindi na tanong yun. So, and then sabi nga dito yun, a cruel, wretched person who maintains his existence at the cost of others' lives deserve to be killed. Para din sa well-being nila. Kasi nga, pag hindi siya naparusahan ngayon, kawawa din siya sa next life niya, mas matindi pa pag pumunta siya sa hell or hindi lang millions of thousands of years sa hell. So at least ngayon mababawasan na yung niya sa ulo niya, yung parang parusa sa ulo niya. So in that way natulungan pa siya. Pero we'll go on, titignan natin kung ano yung gagawin ni Arjuna, kung paano siya magde-decide.
Yes. Thank you very much for sharing those points, Prabhu. Napakaganda. And sobrang importante to. It was mentioned here, the principles of religion, the Dharma. as well as the codes of war. Um, it was mentioned before yung war na nangyayari dito, yung religious war na to, it was not just for sense gratification or para lang palawakin yung mga colony or sinasakupan ng mga bansang to. No, they're doing this for the greater good ng humanity. To alienate yung mga leaders na hindi religious. Yung mga nag-create na crime or tinatanggal nila yung scriptures in humanity. So this was needful, kaya nangyayari yung mga war na to. And meron silang codes of war. Meron silang mga rules na hindi pwedeng gawin basta-basta. Just like what was mentioned here, yung mga careless, intoxicated, insane, asleep, afraid, or devoid of the chariot, even pati yung mga nawalan ng sandata, hindi sila pantay magkalaban. Diba? Bawal nila gawin yon. And for the greatest, for the worst scenario, si Ashvatam did not follow these codes of war. Kaya deserved niya mamatay. And it was mentioned by Krishna himself. He is a cruel and wretched person na yung way of living niya, yung buhay niya, is causing others' lives. Srila Prabhupada coined this purport to address yung current situation ng Kali Yuga. A life for a life. I was reading yesterday sa mga group, Facebook group regarding vegetarianism, veganism, plant-based, and spirituality. And there was a missing link. There was no connection between certain practice at the same time yung plant-based diet. Hindi siya nagko-connect. At the most na merong mainstream practices ngayon, hindi siya nagko-connect. Wala sa scriptures nila yung having the plant-based diet. Tapos the leaders are condemning having this diet. They're even joking about it. Pero in the scriptures, you could see na this diet, this plant-based diet was already and is there. It was mentioned by Manu. Manu is part of the scriptures. Manu Samhita is part of the scriptures where rules and regulations is there. It's too detailed, actually. And to be honest, yung mga bona fide na mga religious groups talaga, they are supposedly in this diet then. Kasi they believe also this one. One should not live their life in the cost ng ibang living entities. But other king, yung mga demoniac king, they manipulated yung mga scriptures na to. Kaya nga nangyayari tong war na to kasi marami talagang ganon. Yung mga leaders, they manipulate yung mga scriptures. Originally, the Buddhists would be vegetarians. That is the main teachings of Lord Buddha, ahimsa. So we could see, paano ba nanggagaling sa scriptures to? It was mentioned here, may party of sinners. So nagka-party pala sila. Prabhupada coined that term. There is a regular conspiracy by the party of sinners. From killing an animal, ulitin natin lahat. Kung sino-sino yung conspirator or yung mga kasama doon sa crime of killing an animal or a living entity. It was mentioned here, those who give permission para mangyari yung crime na yon, those who kill the animal, those who sells the slaughtered animal, those who cooks the animal, those who administer the distribution, and those who eat the animal, lahat sila murderer. Lahat sila kasama dun sa crime. Hindi si Sir Papa nagsabi lang basta-basta nito, hindi lang din ako. It was written by Manu. It was written by the scriptures. And halos lahat ng mga bona fide scriptures, kasama talaga to. It was just manipulated. So it explained, it explaining na ano yung ibig sabihin ng karma, ano ibig sabihin ng those living entities have souls, have life then. And one should not take it for the sake of ano ba yung reason why people are consuming this food stuff is because of the sense of taste, which is ito lang yun. Sandangkal lang siya. Sense of taste lang siya. And of course, we know na it is not healthy. Not automatically those who are in this kind of meat diet is may sakit sila. Marami sa kanila is very fit din. Pero generally, it causes a lot of trouble sa body because of this. And it was being mentioned here that this kind of crime is very is liable to be punished by law of nature. So karma is there. What more pa sa gumawa nung crime in that scenario? Na dinescribe ni Krishna, don't spare this guy. Diba? Ginawa niya yun eh. And it was mentioned, it is punishable by law kasi actually, masasave nga siya. Marami siyang karma after this one. If one will not be spared and kailangan niya harapin yung consequences in this lifetime, hindi niya basta-basta harapin in the future lives. So it is the saving grace ng act niya yon na kailangan administer ng mga leaders. Which is ayun yung ina-advise supposedly ni Krishna. It was mentioned here also na this place is full of anxieties because of this allowed or legalized killing of living entities. This there's a collective karma happening around us. Kaya nga may pollution is there. If you watch yung mga modern documentaries, you cannot deny. You cannot deny. People are denying. Pero you cannot deny yung effect nito in the environment, in the health ng mga tao. What more pa sa mental health ng mga tao. Kasi they're consuming yung consciousness na nangyayari. Yung anxiety, yung fear, yung depression ng mga entities na yon that will become food. And yung consciousness din nung gumagawa ng mga yon. So, ayun yung nararamdaman ng mga tao. Isang reason daw to. Wala na masyado yung libro na ngayon, yung Divine Nature. Pero it was coined there. And even si Socrates, sabi niya, one cause of the war is the slaughterhouses sa mundo natin. Ayun yung collective karma na nangyayari. At the same time, grossly, people are just fighting for lands to have this animal agriculture. They're even burning Amazon. Diba? Yung mga conspiracy theories natin ng mga friends, alam nila yun. Diba? And yung iba hindi na conspiracy, iba fact na talaga na they're burning yung mga sobrang green sa Google Maps pag nakita mo yung satellite doon. Like the Amazon, sobrang green yun. They're burning it just to make it clear para magkaroon ng mga animal agriculture. They will have to consume tons of water just to produce 1 pound of beef. Diba? Tapos yung nabibigay niya ng toxic waste na kumakalat sa air natin and sa water natin, even sa land, is causing a lot. Just because of this living, sabi na living at the cost of others' lives. Si Krishna doesn't allow this. The law of nature doesn't allow this. The scripture doesn't allow this. So, si Ashvatam is not allowed to live. Ayun yung instruction ni Krishna. Pero, kakaiba yung mangyayari. O ito, tuloy lang natin text number 39. This man is an assassin and a murderer of your own family members. Not only that, but he has also dissatisfied his master, sabi ni Radhanath Prabhu. That's number 1, dissatisfaction ng spiritual master. He is but the burnt remnants of his family. Kill him immediately. Radhanath Prabhu, ano masasabi mo rito sa PowerPoint ni Prabhupada sa text number 39? Grabe, no? Burnt remnants of his family. So degraded.
Ganun nga sa parang talagang si Krishna ini-input siguro nire-remind niya si Arjuna kung ano talagang background nitong si Ashvatam and gaano katindi yung ginawa niya. So much so na even yung supposedly spiritual, his master is displeased. So ganun siya ka-degraded, ganun siya ka-whimsical, ganun siya ka-careless sa ginawa niya, 'di ba? Or actually he's not careless, he deliberately did that heinous crime. Pero ayun, ganun katindi yung ginawa niya na si Krishna talaga nire-remind si Arjuna na don't spare this guy. Kailangan mo siyang dakipin, kailangan mo siyang patayin. 'Di ba? Yung mga previous text talagang parang kumbaga sa binubulungan ni Krishna talaga ito yung ginawa niya. Ito yan, ganyan. Talagang kino-convince niya si Arjuna na And then pwede nating i-question why Ba't naman hindi ba alam ni Arjuna yung ginagawa niya? Parang ganun. 'Di ba? Kshatriya naman siya. Pwede namang alam na ni Arjuna yung gagawin niya, 'di ba? Ba't nire-remind pa siya ni Krishna na ganun katindi? Mababasa natin yun bakit yun yung sinasabi na magiging interesting yung mangyayari nito sa future text Pero actually hindi ko masyado pang nabasa yung text number 39, yung purport. I guess basahin natin yung purport. No? The son of Dronacharya is condemned here as the burnt remnants of his family. The good name of Dronacharya was very much respected. Although he joined the enemy camp, the Pandavas held him always in respect, and Arjuna saluted him before beginning the fight. There was nothing wrong in that way, but the son of Dronacharya degraded himself by committing acts which are never done by the Dvijyas or the twice-born. Twice-born higher castes. Ashvatam, the son of Dronacharya, committed murder by killing the 5 sleeping sons of Draupadi, by which he dissatisfied his master Duryodhana, who never approved of the heinous act of killing the 5 sleeping sons of the Pandavas. This means that Ashwatthama became the assaulter of Arjuna's own family members, and thus he was liable to be punished by him. In the Shastras, he who attacks without notice, or kills from behind, or sets fire to another's house, or kidnaps one's wife, is condemned to death. Krishna reminded Arjuna of these facts, so that he might take notice of them and do the needful. So again, nire-remind lang siya ni Krishna. Siguro, nakita ni Krishna, baka pwedeng may hesitation. Diba? Pwedeng ganun. Pero it's very clear here sa purport ni Shripad, nire-remind lang ni Krishna si Arjuna kung ano talaga yung gano'n ka-low down yung Ashvatam na yan. Pero yun nga, yung sa principle na the life, yung parang if one takes life, then dapat yung life niya rin yung say punishment. Kasi nga sa purport ni Srila Prabhupada explain niya na yun yung the best welfare dun sa tao. And otherwise, many sufferings he will have to endure, whether in this life or in the next. And sabi nga, very, very strong. Nag-stick sa akin yung sinabi ni Prabhupada dito na to the extent na even yung death na yon na punishment, parang it's so good na pwede pa nga siyang actually ma-elevate sa higher status of ma-elevate sa heavenly sabihin ko such a death sentence for the murderer is the lowest possible yun punishment offered to him. And it is said in the Smriti Shastras that men who are punished by the king on the principle of a life for a life are purified of all their sins. So that's very clear. So much so that they may be eligible for being promoted to the planets of heaven. Diba? Parang yung nakaraang purport din, sabi, yung anger ni Krishna. Kasi si Krishna is the embodiment of religion. He created all these things. Even the Varna ashram or the divisions. He created these religious things. And in fact, he came here to establish the principles of religion. Ito yung pinaglalaban ni Krishna Kaya strict siya dito sa ni Arjuna, sa situation ni Arjuna. And sabi nga yung action ng pag-take ng life ng isang murderer is the best possible na situation para dun sa murderer kasi nga pwede pa siyang ma-elevate sa higher planetary systems. Parang titignan mo, no? Parang, pero hindi yun, hindi, sabi nga ni Srila Prabhupada, nakikinig ako sa kanya. So now, pwede na natin gawin lahat kasi sinabi ni Krishna. Hindi, sabi ni Srila Prabhupada, you have to become, parang ganun pwedeng sabihin sa, oh, sinabi ni Krishna ganito, pag may pumatay, kailangan patayin mo. Ganun daw. So parang sabi ni Srila Prabhupada, the foolish, they take advantage of this statement by Krishna and think that they can do, sabi ni Srila Prabhupada sa lecture niya. They think they can just follow immediately what Krishna said. Sabi ni Prabhupada, that's not the way. Sabi niya, that is rascaldom. Sabi niya, you have to be, sabi ni Krishna, either sinabihan ka ni Krishna mismo or very intimate associate friend ka ni Krishna. Then you do it. Kaya nga si Arjuna, kaya niya lang ginawa yun. Kasi in-instruction siya ni Krishna, di ba? So sabi, we don't take advantage of this statement by Krishna na pag merong ganun, patayin mo. Di ba? Pwede siyang gawing yun nga, take advantage yung ganung statement. So sabi niya, no, we should not. Kasi hindi naman tayo yung directly sinabihan niya ni Krishna. But the laws of nature is there. It's a fact na dapat ganun. So that, kaya sabi, yung mga kings, dapat ang nag-execute nun. Not that we take yung sabi nga ni Radha Charan Prabhu Kapo, which is common din na alam natin na we don't take justice in our own hands. Dapat sanction siya ng religious principle, sanction siya ng king, na supposedly dapat saintly king na nag-adhere sa religious practices, who is backed up by a lot of intelligent brahmanas. So, ibig sabihin, qualified king. But nowadays we cannot find such a personality. This is Kali, this is very hard. Kaya nagiging then parang nag-a-arise yung doubt na then death penalty is not now. It's not hindi siya dapat gawing law or i-practice kasi nga wala namang qualified person eh.
It could be abused, no?
It can be abused, exactly what Srila Prabhupada was telling. So that's why siguro nilolower yung sentence. But we cannot deny the fact na sinasabi ng scriptures na actually ganun dapat ang way. But it just depends on how one executes. Is he really a proper king, a proper kshatriya? Then that's the question. And I hope even for myself, I can find that answer because it can be a little controversial. Yeah.
Yun, galing. Galing ng mga explanation. And totoo nga naman na actually, hindi lang basta sinabi ni Krishna, blindly, sabihin na natin parang gano'n na, kasi si Arjuna actually nasa test dito eh. Sabi ni Krishna, he acted irreligiously and should be killed for his own well-being, para nga sa benefit niya. Otherwise, how will he escape in the horrendous reaction due him for his heinous deeds? And isa pa, narinig ko, sinabi mo kay Draupadi, nag-vow ka kay Draupadi na dadalhin mo yung dadalhin mo yung ulo niya, ha? Ganun na sabi. Sabing ganun. Ano gusto kong sabihin dito? Yun nga, si Draupadi, alam niya rin pag nag-vow si Arjuna. Either gagawin niya talaga yon or hindi na lang siya babalik. Ganun yung mga satriya, ganung klase ng character yung mga satriya. Their culture, lahat, yung lahat ng sinasabi nila, ginagawa nila. Eh, hindi rin sila mabilis magbitaw ng salita kung hindi nila gagawin. Pero, dahil all-knowing si Krishna, may nararamdaman pa rin si Krishna actually. Sabi dito, this is how Krishna probing examined Arjuna's understanding of duty and religion. Arjuna, however, wants to spare Ashwatthama, although he knows that Ashwatthama is both degraded and unworthy. He is his teacher's son. Srila Prabhupada discussed Krishna's examination of Arjuna in his 440. Lord Krishna encouraged Arjuna outwardly just to test Arjuna's sense of duty. Sense of duty. It is not that Arjuna was incomplete in the sense of his duty, nor was Lord Krishna unaware of Arjuna's sense of duty. But Lord Krishna put the test, put to test many of his devotees just to magnify the sense of duty. The gopis were put to such tests as well. Prahlad Maharaj also put to such tests. All pure devotees came out successful in their respective tests by the Lord. Arjuna does not act immediately. Ayun, yun nga. Kumbaga, ganun, kahit Kshatriya si Arjuna, kumbaga, mayroon siyang minds of a Brahmana. Hindi siya agad kumilos kung ano yung, papatayin na o hindi. So, parang, ayun. Actually, bumalik muna sila sa ano. Tinali niya muna, bumalik sila sa camp. And then, doon nila i-discuss kung paano gagawin. So, ayun. And isa pa dyan, yung nabanggit niya ni Radha Charan Prabhu yung about sa vegetarianism. Naalala ko una pa lang ako, dahil lagi ko nga sinasabi, I'm attached to myself na, yung conviction ko na, Sarup, yun yung nagdala sa akin. Sarup, please, sasamahan kita sa lahat, wag mo lang akong pilitin maging vegetarian dahil di ko kaya. Please lang. And then, yun nga, yung may nabanggit din siya, sabi niya, nakakapagtaka nga naman na bakit daw yung pangalan ng Chicken Joy sa Jollibee. Masaya ba sila bago sila patayin? Papatayin na kami. Diba? Parang napaka, na yung lahat nung kakainin ko is kailangan may mag-sacrifice na buhay para lang doon sa plate ko nung araw na yon. Paano kung kakain nga ako ng 3 beses ang araw, lahat yun meat. So, ilang buhay yon para lang doon sa taste buds yung sinasabi ni Radha Charan, para lang ma-satisfy yung taste buds ko. Parang nakaka-guilty nga naman. Kahit ayokong vegetarian, ayun, napilitan ako. So, what I mean is, yes, na there's a change of heart na kung makita mo nga naman yung behind doon, hindi lang basta yung hindi tayo sa cruelty, hindi lang basta ganun kundi nga. And then sinabi rin sa scriptures. So actually even sinabi sa Bible, actually si Jesus Christ nga wala kang makikita diyan na kumain siya ng meat actually. So naantig lang ako kaya ngayon I'm happy that na-overcome ko yung conviction ko na wag maging vegetarian. So ngayon, at least kahit isa doon sa mga commandments ni God o ni Jesus Christ na sabi ng gano'n daw siya not kill. Kahit yun na lang, masunod ko kahit papaano. So, something like that.
Yes. Ang ganda talaga ng mga personal experience, of course. Kanya-kanya tayo mga far out stories how we came to such practice. And totoo yun, when one gains the knowledge, hindi mo na pwede bawiin. Hindi mo na pwede tanggalin basta-basta yun na, ganito yung like knowledge about life ng mga animals, ng other living entities. Hindi mo na pwede basta-basta takpan yun na out of something, gagawin mo uli. May guiltiness na. If one will still continue it, may guiltiness na nandun. Meron ng may konsensya na, teka lang. Yung enjoyment in that eating of that substance and that food stuff, hindi na basta-basta on that before na exciting sa kanila. Kasi dumating na yung truth dumating na yung dumating na yung totoo. And totoo nga yun, parang advertisement we know, 'di ba? Chicken Joy, Happy Cow, Diba? Papatan nila ng mga iba't ibang names. Beef, tapos itsura, iba na rin itsura. Just to fool yung people na iba na yung kinakain nila. Not yung pet nila, not yung inalagaan nila, not yung sweet na animal. Diba? So, nagbabago siya. They have to change it just to fool themselves na, iba to. Di ba nga pag may kumakain, I remember pag may kumakain tapos there will be palabas sa TV regarding slaughterhouse. Ay, wag yan, kumakain tayo eh. So, bakit? Eh, doon naman galing yung food mo eh. Mangyayari ba yung pag kumakain ka ng gulay tapos na mapanood mo may nag-aani, may nag-harvest? Ay, wag yan, kumakain tayo ng ng pechay. So, hindi ganun eh. Di ba? Walang connection. So, parang, teka lang, parang cannot be. So, that's one thing. That's one thing na very basic actually in the path of spirituality. It's very basic. It's very step one sa path ng spirituality to be able to discern yung idea na to, yung fact na to. And yeah, totoo yun. As to connect lang yung diniscuss ni Navadip kanina, text number 40, it was mentioned, Sutta Goswami said. So, take note, di ba, yung usapan na pinag-usapan nila yung pinag-usapan nung nangyari. Like, Inception. Si Sutta Goswami sa Naimisaranya, he mentioned, although Krishna, who was examining Arjuna in religion, encouraged Arjuna to kill the son of Dronacharya, Arjuna, a great soul, did not like the idea of killing him. Although Ashvatam was a heinous murderer of Arjuna's family members. So, katulad ng sabi ni Nabitip Chandra, it was Krishna's test. And hindi biro yung mga test ni Krishna. Una, when one is under the control of Maya, Maya is testing us. If one is under the control of Krishna already, if one surrenders to Krishna, chants Krishna's name, doing the sadhana, I kid you not, hindi natin masasabi na si Maya na yung nagka-test sa atin. Madalas si Krishna na kasi parang ano yan eh, si Krishna, sagot ko na yan Maya. Nag-surrender na sa akin yan. Ako na bahala. Pero yung mga test na naman yung mga binibigay ni Krishna, it is not just to degrade us. It is to make our hearts closer to Him. Yung mga test na yun. And even great personalities are having these tests. Sila Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, and a lot actually na makikita natin sa Srimad Bhagavatam. May narinig nga ako, parang ayoko nga, may isang devotee nagsabi, parang ayoko na mag-Hare Krishna. Yung mga devotee ni Krishna, ang dami nangyayari. Ang daming test ni Krishna eh. Ganito na lang ako. So bakit? Sabi ni Sri Prabhupada, it was to test Krishna's sense of duty. Krishna said this, katulad nga sabi ni Radhanath Prabhu, yan nga, pwede nga sabihin ni Krishna yon. Pero it doesn't mean one could literally do it right away. Minsan test ni Krishna yon. Like yung mga nababasa natin, hindi mo pwedeng patayin na yung mga gumagawa na ito or alam mo yon, especially like hindi kayo parehas ng diet. Let's say, matagal na akong ganitong plant-based diet. It's not a license para tapangan ko yung soul nila, tapangan ko yung ego nila, and laitin yung mga tao na on that diet. It's not on hindi siya license para I could be harmful and yung words na lumalabas sa akin is to hurt them. Hindi siya license to do that. Or, andito ako sa ito yung practice kong spirituality. Hindi na license yun para I offend this kind of people kasi lamang ako sa kanila. Same. Hindi natin pwede patayin yung tao na yun kasi it's a crime. Kailangan din tayo patayin kasi gumawa tayo ng another crime. Ganon din si Arjuna, of course, dahil Kshatriya siya, pwede niyang gawin yon, even instructed by Krishna. Pero may twist yung mga story palagi. May twist to. To give you a clue, hindi pa pinatay ni Arjuna to, si Ashvatam, in this scenario. Ginawa pa niya is, basahin natin text 41, after reaching his own camp, Arjuna, along with his dear friend and charioteer Shri Krishna, entrusted the murderer unto his dear wife, who was lamenting for her murderous son. Radhanath Prabhu, what can you say about mga test ni Krishna? And what happened? Bakit nga ba niya dinala dito? Ba't di niya pinatay?
Mag-unfold yung story na yun pag binasa na natin yung mga, I don't want to really spoil the nectar now. We should, parang pakonti-konti rin yung nectar. Pero, ayun, parang gusto ko lang, kanina na, nung nagsasalita kayo, may naisip lang ako bigla since, di ba, we're celebrating Holy Week, and then, today is, Friday, Black Friday, is it? Black Friday, di ba? Supposedly, Jesus Christ died on the
Good
cross.
Friday.
Good Friday? Black Friday. What? Good Friday, supposedly Jesus Christ, because of his love for the humanity, for his devotees, diba, he died on the cross. Parang, ang gusto ko lang i-highlight kasi parang yung nangyayari din kay Arjuna. Since naturally he's devotee of Krishna, of the Supreme Lord, andun talaga lagi yung becoming gentle, soft-hearted, although kshatriya siya, and in this case nga, pinatay pa yung anak niya. No, pero palaging nananaig yung parang compassion despite sa nangyari, di ba? And you can just really see the character of Arjuna na gano'n, parang siya, ideal na character. Parang naalala ko lang yung, di ba may statement si Jesus Christ na habang nasa cross siya, di ba, sabi parang, forgive them for they know not what they are doing, parang gano'n. Ganun talaga yung yung pure devotee ni Krishna, ganun talaga sila. Very compassionate sa mga tao kasi nga most of them are actually acting under illusion. Here is God, here is Son of God, describing the glories of the Supreme Lord, and the little did he speak about God consciousness. Pinapako siya sa krus, di ba? Parang antindi, kaya sabi nga sa isang lecture na pinag-uusapan niya about kay Jesus Christ like this, you can see what kind of degraded people Jesus Christ are dealing with at that time. Very degraded, di ba? Parang mga barbarians, mga so-called warriors, di ba? Very degraded yung kanilang consciousness. And they would do anything para lang para mapagtakpan or para mawala, para mabura sa mga tao yung idea na there is God, and there's somebody more powerful than them that is in control. And then if somebody shows some prowess like this, because Jesus Christ, he's a mystic, he's a very powerful personality, di ba? Nagkaroon ng mga pastime siya na he healed somebody, and then he brought somebody back to life, he walked on the water, all these powers, mystic powers, is easily in pure devotees disposal actually, but that's not their business. Sometimes kailangan lang nila magpakita ng ganon like Jesus Christ, pero actually his main business is trying to save all these people from the, you can say, pangs of material miseries, kasi nga they're forgetting God. Pero yun nga, ganun ka-degraded daw yung time na yun na konti lang yung sinabi niya eh. Konti pa lang yung sinasabi niya eh. In fact, may statement nga siya na ganun sa mga Navadip Chandra Prabhu, di ba na? May mga bagay pa ako na hindi na dinidescribe sa inyo, pero hindi pa kayo ready mapakinggan. Di ba? Parang gusto ko lang i-highlight doon yung natural na quality ng devotee na very compassionate. And ganun din yung nangyayari kay Arjuna despite na sa lahat na ginawa nito ni Ashwatam. Naninibago, parang at somehow sabi niya, nagkaroon ng change of siguro, yung nakita niya na si Ashwatam, alam niya, wala to, helpless na to. Binigyan na ako ni Krishna ng go signal, ng green, ng go, parang gano'n. Pero parang nanaig pa rin sa kanya yung teka lang, tama ba to? Parang gano'n. Ayun nga, test ni Krishna yun eh. Test ni Krishna yun sa kanya. Tinetest ako kung gaano siya ka-dutiful. And actually, just to give justice naman sa title ng natin ng session natin today. Si Krishna, nawi-please talaga siya sa kanyang mga devotees. Minsan nanggagaling yan through tests. Ite-test niya na eh. Parang like any other parang teacher, ipuput niya sa test yung student niya and then pag yung student niya is successful, that's very satisfying eh. Parang ganun. Si Prabhupada may minention siya kanina sa lecture niya na actually yung four divisions ng society, that is the the kings, or the brahmanas, the kshatriyas, the vaishyas, sudras, or in other words yung mga ano bang ano natin sa brahmanas, saintly persons, the administrators, the business people, and the laborers. Actually lahat yun dinesign din yun ni Krishna ultimately para ma-connect yung mga certain activities nila for going back home, back to Godhead. Kasi ang hinighlight ni Prabhupada sa lecture niya about pleasing Krishna is actually one should do one's duty very dutifully. Sabi ni Srila Prabhupada, kung ang duty mo is as a brahmana, do your duty as a brahmana. That pleases me. If your duty is as a kshatriya, do your duty as a kshatriya. Fight and kill for the name of religion. Parang ganun. Kaya nga, di ba, kahit sa Bhagavad Gita, si Krishna, ini-encourage na talaga si Arjuna. Lumabang ka kasi, duty mo yan eh. Hindi niya hayaan na siya, nagawa ng religious principles, nagbuo ng Varna and Ashram, ng division, and all of a sudden, babaliin niya. Parang ganun eh. Yes, Krishna can do that. He can do whatever he likes. Pero yun nga, in the name of religion, kailangan gawin mo yan. So parang sabi ni Srila Prabhupada, parang sa temple, kunyari sa Hare Krishna temple, hindi ibig sabihin na yung brahmana na nag-serve sa loob ng altar is much better or he likes it better, he gets pleased better than somebody naghuhugas lang ng pots sa kitchen. Hindi daw ganoon, sabi ni Srila Prabhupada. What Krishna looks after is yun nga, how dutifully one does his dharma or your duty. How focused, how dedicated one is while doing their prescribed duties. So that pleases Krishna. That pleases Krishna. If someone is a business person, that's his duty to make money, then make money for Krishna, parang ganun. Or make money and support this mission of Krishna consciousness, parang ganun. Someone is a teacher, and do your teachings, teach about Krishna, parang ganun. So Krishna is pleased. Basically, Krishna is pleased when their duties, when someone do their duties very wonderfully, and then always in connection with Krishna.
Yes, napakaganda. And sobra nakaka-excite yung mga next sessions natin. It will be wonderful kasi in-offer na nga ni Krishna sa ni Arjuna si Ashvatam doon sa nanay, kay Draupadi, sa nanay ng mga pinatay. Ano yung mga mangyayari? Abangan natin tomorrow. Kasi kakaiba to, very heartfelt, very nakakatunog ng puso kung ano yung mangyayari. Sabi nga ni Radha Prabhuyas, Krishna is very pleased sa mga devotees niya. Kasi sabi scriptures, and even Srila Prabhupada was coining this fact na minsan mas merciful daw yung devotees ni Krishna than kay Krishna. And by that, si Krishna na-please siya ng todo. Just like Krishna said, abandon all religion and surrender unto me. Then, si Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in the garb of a devotee. He mentioned, chant the holy name. This holy name will save you. Is the start nung pagiging Krishna conscious. And the devotees even are much more merciful kasi they will go in different places. Kung ano yung mga instructions sa kanila ng guru, and ni Srila Prabhupada, ni Lord Chaitanya, to just be merciful para ibigay sa mass of people yung holy name and yung Krishna consciousness. yung mercy ni Krishna mas mag-multiply in many folds. And Arjuna is showing this compassion na meron siya. Na even si Krishna na, and alam niya test ni Krishna yon. And actually sabi nga is pumasa si Arjuna sa test ni Krishna. Sa na hindi kagad patayin ni Arjuna si Ashwatam. And malalaman natin yung mga reasons and yung story behind and yung mga mangyayari tomorrow. And maraming salamat. Please continue to read yung yan. Timing palagi, sabi ni Jinky. Yung dinidiscuss natin, nagiging topic nila Guru Maharaj or yung reading nila and other devotees. This book is not just pen and ink. It is Krishna. Krishna himself, his incarnation, and that he is very alive. And we will learn to dissect yung mga lessons na meron si Krishna rito by the association of devotees. Ganun ka-powerful yung association of devotees. It is not just we read it and that's done. We will learn a lot actually and yung meaning and yung message by the association of devotees. Kaya maraming salamat. Please continue to read Sri Prabhupada books, attend yung mga classes, and have the good association of devotees. The happiness that could be felt sa association of devotees is very different from the happiness na may association tayo sa mga material energies. Because Krishna is the source of unlimited happiness and it could be felt by association sa mga devotees and by association with Krishna with the Srimad Bhagavatam. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. His Grace Radhanath and Navadip Chandra Prabhu Ki Jai. Gaura Premanande. See you, I think 11 may session. And 7 o'clock tonight, we will have Mahal na Araw session Kirtan Sangha for our association relishing Krishna's name with music instruments. Maraming salamat. Have an awesome day. Have a holy day. And be Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna.